Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a fire truck. The white concrete grid on the ground represents the amount of space required to make your fire truck. Please build this grid in your world if you do want to place your fire truck in a specific position. And here are all of the materials that we will use making the truck. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Begin by placing a black shulker box on top of the previously designated starting position. We want to place a smooth stone slab in front of the shulker box where the front of the fire truck is going to be. However, we also want to place 5 slabs behind the shulker box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the end of this, another black shulker box with then 2 more stone slabs. 1, 2. We then want to add 2 entire rows of smooth stone slabs extending across from our stone slabs. We also want to extend them from the inside of the shulker boxes as well. What we are then able to do is place black shulker boxes in the correct positions matching the opposite side and then fill the gaps in with smooth stone slabs. Once we have done that, we can then place stone buttons on the sides of the shulker boxes as these are the wheels of the truck, and once that has been complete, we are able to make more so the body of the vehicle. So at the front of the vehicle we want a row of red terracotta that spans left to right. We then want to extend the sides of the body backwards 1, 2, 1, 2 like this. We then want to extend the second red terracottas up each by 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we want to extend the red terracottas all the way back following the frame of the vehicle. So they want to line up with the smooth stone that we have just below. The fire truck has doors right behind the rows of red terracotta that extend up from the front of the vehicle. We then want to place white concrete next to the doors, joining the top to the bottom. 2 rows of stone brick stairs joining the top to the bottom. White concrete on the ends of the stone stairs. We then want to leave a gap of 1 and then place a vertical row of white concrete like this. We also want white concrete. It might actually be better to do it this way. On the opposite side we want to do the same thing, so a row of white concrete, 2 rows of stone stairs, white concrete gap, white concrete. We then want to fill the inside of this empty space in using white concrete. This is all the way up to the very top of the vehicle. So the side effect should look like this and this at the back. So that's looking pretty good. The next thing we're going to do is place tinted glass on the front exposed part of red terracotta here, with then a row of smooth quartz slab on top of the end of the glass, and then extend the 2 middle blocks inwards each by 1, like this. That's absolutely perfect. So let's do a little bit of a material change. Guys, hang on a second. Where's my hat? How did none of you guys let me know that my hat's not here? Well, I'm really embarrassed. You know what? I'm gonna put my full uniform on. Anyway, continuing on, we are going to grab glow item frames, ladders, warped buttons, levers. We'll need birch signs, cauldrons, tripwire hooks, and we will grab some iron bars as well, along with beacons. So, we're going to place glow item frames on the left and right side of the front of the vehicle, with ladders in between, so we have headlights and a grille. On the sides of the headlights, we're going to place warped buttons because they just look like additional lights. And then next to those, levers. And those levers can kind of just look like wing mirrors or just something vehicle-y. We also want to place birch signs next to the door like this. You can even possibly put, whoops, my bad. We can even possibly place them on the very end of the vehicle like this. So next to the door and then at the very end. And we're also going to place ladders extending up from the back wheel all the way up to the top. We're also going to place warped buttons here and here. It's much easier to see visually where to place these than me try and explain it to you. In addition to this, we want to place iron bars extending up the back of the vehicle, so just hanging off of the back, and it's actually going to extend up and line up with the ladder that we have on the front, or the side, I suppose. We then want to have a cauldron in this little gap with tripwire hook above it, and there we go. That's looking pretty good so far. On this side of the vehicle as well, we want to place a beacon, it doesn't really matter the position, directly behind the smooth quartz slab. And that's a lot of detail actually added right there. On the back of the vehicle as well, we also want ladders that allow us to get all the way up to the tippity top. And then on the opposite side of the vehicle, we kind of want to do a similar thing. Well, actually the exact same thing. So we want to place iron bars extending up along the back of the vehicle, extending across the top, lining up with the back wheel. The back wheel, we want to have a set of ladders that extend up from the wheel all the way up to the top. This little crevice here, we want a cauldron and a tripwire hook. We then want to place warped buttons right at the very end here and also here, just above where we have this little shutter. Then we want to add birch signs here, here, here. Perfect. We have to add a beacon on this side as well. And that looks pretty good. I don't think that we are missing anything on this side of the truck. So next, we have to grab back the white concrete or red terracotta. It actually depends which you prefer, but we'll cover that in a second. So those two, stone stairs, stone slabs, rail, and then we just need a bunch of stuff in the inside which we can all grab in one go. So the top of the vehicle you can either fill in with white concrete or red terracotta. I think red terracotta might be my preference. I think it looks a little bit better, but that's up to you really. We want to place stone stairs in between the iron bars that we have up at the top of the vehicle, so just the ones next to the ladders. In front of these, upside down stone stairs. We then want to place stone slabs extending all the way forwards, like this, until the slabs overhang the front of the vehicle by one. We then want to place rails on top of the stone slabs, like this. So, the rails will connect to each other, unfortunately, and that's not the effect that we want. So we're going to break them up at the back here because the ladders don't have to start right at the back. If you do want them to, you'll have to place a different material here, so like something that you can actually place rails onto, right? So all the way up the back, connect them together, destroy, and then replace using stone stairs, and then you get the effect of like ladders running up. And a similar effect can be achieved like if we extend these stone slabs here, and then extend the rails all the way to the end, and then destroy the end, then we get the effect that we're looking for, because these are meant to be ladders, so they don't really want to loop together and connect at the very end. So, next up, we can head inside of the fire truck, and we can grab everything that we will need for this. Although, actually, my bad, we don't have it all. So here are all of the materials that we will need to finish the inside of the fire truck. Feel free to quickly grab those. Some of them were in the chest, that's why I forgot about them. And once you have all of those, we can hop inside here. And first of all, we are going to place a chair. So this is just a deep slate tile stairs. I really like the texture of it. And in front of this, an end rod with an iron trapdoor on top, chair, steering wheel, lever. Next to this, looks like a gear stick or something. And then we want to, in the back of the build here, we want to have a couple more chairs. One's going to go right next to this door. We'll leave a gap and then place another chair like this. And then in between these, we are going to place armor stands. we're going to place item frames kind of littered about the back here. So kind of like anywhere that's sort of free, like on these 2 white concrete areas as well. You can even place them directly next to where the driver would be as well. And these frames are going to be occupied with different gear. So however you kind of like want to arrange it, so like you can have additional helmets, additional like body suit, whatever you call it, additional uniforms, bodysuit, I don't even know what to call the jackets and trousers and stuff. And you can have like these in the item frames, and we can even stock the mannequins, or the armor stands. They are kind of mannequins. The armor stands with the actual full firefighter kit, which honestly it doesn't look too far off of this. It looks pretty good. And in doing all of that, ladies and gentlemen, you've actually completed the build. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this 3-part series in which we have made an entire firehouse and a fire truck. If you have, please do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell next to the subscription button, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.